There they are. Oh well. I have no mercy versus Valorant players. They've only given me extreme hate. Hi guys, got a super unique deck for you today. So this one looks a bit weird, and it's because it's one drop tribal. The deck actually features 75 one drops, and you can see them all here in one single column, which is a bit insane because it's very hard to show people the cards inside. There's 25 lands in the deck. Let's look at some of the stats. You've got 38 creatures, you've got 18 instants, 5 sorceries, and yeah, 25 lands. So the reason there's so few lands is because you're probably going to be able to get all the mana you need by turn 2 or 3, because the algorithm is insane in Arena. The algorithm will probably give you 2 or 3 lands, and that's exactly how a few years ago there was a mono red aggro build in Historic 60 card. I think it ran 13 lands. Yep, 13 lands in a 60 card deck, and it did really well. So this deck is, as you can imagine, an aggro deck using Isamaru. No abilities, but it's a 1 mana 2/2, which back in the day was actually pretty good. So you got lots of cool things. It's going to be hard to talk about this, but you've got Mox Hamber, which is, you know, amazing bit of ramp there, especially for this kind of curve. Lots of little aggro creatures that just always do stuff, like Clever Lumomancer, for instance, cast instant or sorcery, gives it a +2/+2 boost. You've got lots of little cantrip buffs like Defiant Strike, give something a pump, draw a card. Esper Sentinel. There's actually a surprising amount of really powerful one drops. You've got Mana Tithe to delay your opponent. And yeah, the list is pretty extensive, 75 cards. The deck list will be in the description below. Sorry, I can't really be that concise about it. I will describe my plays a bit more in the gameplay, but as for here, it's just too many cards to talk about. But yeah, the deck list will be down below. So yeah, 75 one drops, 25 lands. Let's get into the gameplay. And if you like the video, don't forget to leave me a like and a sub, and you can always donate to my channel via the Ko-fi link or the Amazon wishlist link. So let's get in the game. Okay, we go first against Ramos Dragon Engine, one of the latest cards to come out of the retro artifacts. So turn 1, we probably go for Isamaru here because we don't actually have any other creatures, so we maybe should have mulliganed this, but we've got really good support cards, removal. So we can go for Paladin class, and then we can go for the Shadow Spear as well. We've got third land next turn. Let's see if we can do this, guys. I mean, because it's 5 colour, they might be a bit slow. And let's pump the team to give our creatures a bit more power, a bit more juice. It's a shame we don't have more creatures to optimise on here. And if we get to stage 5, that would be good if we had more creatures, but again, we don't seem to have any. Aldrich Steen, that's something that probably want to get rid of. 3 mana, so we're going to have to fragment reality on him. Interesting card in a deck like this. So the Hydrocrisis just dies. And you know what? I'm also going to put up a hole on the treasure because I just don't want them to ramp. And this could be absolutely vital in winning this game. Just buys us an extra turn, basically. So that was the difference between a turn. So they would have had 3, 4, 5 mana there. But instead they're only going to have 4 now. And Chromatic Lantern, that makes things a bit trickier. That's a 4/4. So probably going to fragmentize in our turn. Get rid of the Chromatic Lantern. So anything to slow them down is good. And then we can give the Shadow Spear to something. Oh wow. We beat a 5 colour Ramos deck with Isamaru 1 drops. Beautiful. Okay, we go first. And Styan is not great, but I mean, it's a 3 colour deck, so they can have a lot of answers. See what we can do here. Getting to go first is very important. They're a flicker based deck, so whatever we bring out, they can just temporarily get rid of. Let's go for the Segovian Angel, and then the Code Spell Cleric can put a count on another creature we control. And it's going to make it a juicier target for the Lagrella, sadly, but this gives something indestructible. 3 mana. What can we do? We can do almost everything. Go for the... Oh no, actually, maybe you want to save this kite cell. Because if we kick it, we can tap 2 creatures. Let's go for the Shadow Spear. And then we're going to want to replace... okay, yeah, we'll go for another creature, because we're going to lose one in their turn. Maybe we do go for this. Yeah, let's just be aggressive here. We don't really have time to waste, especially if they're going to reduce our number of attackers next turn. And our creatures are really low to the ground, so we're going to have to fill the board. So, as predicted, the Lagola comes and takes up the Segovian Angel? Yeah, thought so. So they don't know we have Fighters 1. They don't know that. So how much does this give? That gives +1. That's not enough. That gives +1 as well. But we can bait them. So for now, we're just swinging with the dog and the human and the flyer. Let's see what they do. They might just take it. Aha! You want to block. So we'll give target human and non-human. So the human gets +1 and the non-human gets +1. So we will get rid of the Lagrella and we get our creature back. It's a oddly complex deck considering it's just 1-drops, but it's just the sequencing that's the most important thing. When you can cast everything, it's just all about the order. Essentially. Master Splicer. So they get a 3/3 blocker and it's gonna have +1/+1. So now it's all about the aerial stuff. So let's reconfigure this to the flyer. And we keep creating copies. So that doesn't get another one. Okay, fine. So we'll just move over the lifelink. And just swing over the top. I mean, it's certainly a clock. We'll see what they do. If they swing with the 4/4, we're not going to block. There's no point. If they go for the Lagrella... Okay, so luckily we missed the Lagrella. That would have got rid of one of our flyers. If they attack, they've got absolute balls. Okay, ooh, Castle Ardenvale, that's good. So we'll equip this, or we'll try to anyway. Give this to... We'll give it to this one, because this one's already tempting because it has lifelink already. Right, okay. Let's go 5 in the air. So if they don't do anything about this, they could be dead in the following turn. And then we'll go for the Inspector, which gives us an Investigate token as well, which means we can draw a card off that. So we're doing pretty decent. They're going to flicker the guy to give them another token. Okay. So they can make tokens all day. It's not really going to affect us too much. And if they do use Lagrella on one of our creatures, to one of our flyers, we can redistribute the equipment. So it's not the end of the world. But did they miss a land drop here? Because they explored last turn. They did. So I think they're just dead now. Yeah, because they can't block the flyers, can they? Unless they get a land and a fog or something silly like that. Damn, beat a Lagrella deck. Pretty happy about that. Okay, so not only do we go second, but we're going up against an Urza deck. So, thank you, Arena. Seems to be a bit weird, but there you go. What the heck? Algorithm. What are you playing at, mate? And let's go for 2 creatures on turn 1. Seems legit. So they've got 1 mana currently. So on turn 3, we want to leave the mana tide open for their Urza. And Mox Amber. Let's go for another creature. I like to get lots of creatures out early. And it also gives us a mech, which is lovely. Swing for 3. Not doing too bad here. So as I said, if they play a planes, we just go for Mana Tithe and we'll see how they do. Oops. Okay, so we get the Urza. No one ever suspects Mana Tithe, do they? I mean, I don't. I get got by this all the time. All the time. Oh, we have a protection spell. Let's pump up the volume. So, just because I want to keep these two open in case of a board wipe next turn. Swinging for 6. I mean, it's not nothing. So, board wipe, we can protect one of our guys. If they do have one. Do they have one? Midnight Clock. Sadly not an enchantment. Let's just increase the velocity here. Let's put another counter on the pilot. I wonder what they're gunning for here. So we can go for the dragon suit now as well. So we can attack. Although saying that, we already have pretty good attackers on the field anyway. So it's just like a backup plan really in case I've got something on the ground we can't get through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So next turn, if we get a creature, we could win. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. And if they board wipe here, we protect. We can protect something. There's actually a lot of routes here. If we get another land, we can also go for the +5. That's another route. But again, 6 mana open. Why did they play that at sorcery speed? There's flash. I don't really understand the sequencing there. This has got flash and it gives artifacts flash. Okay. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something there. Okay, fine. March. So we can use the march to exile. What's the CMC of this? Oh, that's 7. We ain't getting that one. 3, 4, 5. So what can we do? If we get rid of the flyer, that's got double strike. What do I do? Protection. So I think we get that in the mech. We can just exile the Liberator, I think. I think that's the safest thing. Hang on a sec. So we can use 2 damage to kill this. But I want to keep... I'm being greedy. I don't want to exile one of these. They're so good. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Liberator here. Okay. That was probably the wrong move, to be honest. I felt like I did something wrong there. Yeah, because if I... but then using the Slash of Talons... Well, we'll see, won't we? Was that a mistake? I mean, I'll tell you what, if they did that, if they had done this at flash speed, that would have completely wrecked me. Because I wouldn't have expected a flash double strike and a flash 2/3 flying. So... It's a really weird card to play with. This is a giant machine with a giant flinging machine, like weapon, and it just has double strike. Should have like many, many, many strikes. Well, we beat them, so there we go. Okay, so apparently this is a fair matchup, me versus Vadric, extra turns, so we'll see about that. Fair for who, you ask? Humph. Right, let's get the aggression down then. We've got Isamaru turn 1, then the bodyguard next turn to protect the doggo. Imagine having a bodyguard to protect a dog. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So this made a treasure, Mana Tithe. Oh, Mana Tithe, let's do this, guys. Right, swinging. So they go for Vadric next turn. They're not going to be happy about this. Go on, do it. Come on. You chose to play the deck. Where's the balls at? There they are. Oh well. I have no mercy versus Vadric players. They've only given me extreme hate. Vadric extra turns. So easy to pull off. Right, 5 mana to cast him now. Let's see what we got then. So we can make... Gain life. Shadow Spear. Let's go for the pilot. This gives us a mech. And then we can also go for Shadow Spear. So, you know, if they have some kind of board wipe, it does annihilate us. But there you go. We had a very lucky turn 2 there. Or turn 3, should I say. They could just blow up our field. Strike it rich. So they're going to have 5 mana on the following turn. I wonder if they'll have a way to blow up everything. Potentially. So we can protect the Isamaru at the very least. We can destroy something, give something +2, a sorcery speed. Let's go for the cleric class. Let's start setting up the lifelink. And then go for the anointed chorister as well. Arg! Every time I play this game, the wife turns to tap on downstairs, resulting in the boiler to turn on this room. Arg! Right, come on. Let's not turn the tap on downstairs. Storm Kiln Artist. Okay. So 3/2. I'd like some kind of removal. So we can put a counter on 2 creatures. That's good. We can do this at instant speed as well. Give something +2. What 2 creatures would we like? So let's put one on here. And then here. Then we've got this at instant speed to put a counter on. It's subtle. So they might be tempted. No, they're not tempted. Down to 6. Okay. Down to 6. 3, 4, 5. Vadrik comes out to play. And a Mox Amber. Infuriate. Yikes, that's scary. They can already have an extra turn here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this has already gone really badly wrong. 6 life. It's a shame because if we got to our turn, we may have been able to win. But yeah, they've got so many things now, especially when their spells cost 4 less and they've got 2 treasures. So they're basically looping. Every time they cast a spell, this gets a treasure. Their treasures cost... Sorry, their spells cost 4 less, yeah. Vadrik's evil, as you can see. My goodness. Crazy. And there's nothing I can really do. And this is why Vadrik is so evil. Because if any of these are extra turn spells, then... I mean, to be fair, they haven't managed to permanently increase its power. It's temporary. You can't attack this turn. The whole deck is just draw spells. I do wonder if there's any point in playing this, because he's actually netting mana now. Once he starts casting the smaller spells. Okay, so now his spells cost 7 less. What hope is there left, to be honest? So yeah, they're going to get an extra turn spell here, or it could be anything. It could be, you know, bounce all permanents. Minuses are even worse. So yeah, apparently the algorithm thinks this deck is of equal measure to mine. So now they've got the mine's desire. They're going to storm off with 10. I'm not going to give them pleasure this. I'm just going to concede. But you can see how the algorithm is completely busted, and it gave us, yeah, not much of a chance there with a Vadrik player. And moving on to the next game then. Okay, this is the matchup I wanted. King Darian. Algorithm loves to give me a Mox Amber on turn 1, but I'm not complaining. Weird. 25 lands, but we always seem to hit one. So for a turn 1 play, this is pretty insane. We can do so many things here. We'll put counters on these 2 as well. Get a bit of lifelink. And we even can use the Boon of Safety to protect one of our creatures. So Darian's a 2/3. Giant Killer can't get rid of that, sadly. Ranger class gives them a doggo or a wolf. Okay. Land. And I think we swing in. Don't mind using the Resolute Watchdog here. It's like a domino effect. The dog saves the Eidolon, saves the Isamaru. So yeah, we'll use the dog to save the Alcide because I like this guy. It's a good card. Up to 29 versus 17. We're not doing too bad. We want to see the path of least resistance, so no blockers, please. Well, they're saying that they can just go for the Darian. Or not, because we've got tap land. Level 2, so they can put counters on attackers, which they don't have any. Wow, okay, we're doing really good. We've even got the removal for Darian as well. Pass the turn. Once we start getting another land, we can start making soldiers. Here's Darian. And what are they going to do to him here? Cartouche. Gives him +1/+1. So we can deal 2 damage to him. Nah, okay, we'll wait. So he makes another blocker. And okay, yeah, I think we'll go to my turn. Ooh, okay. 3. Yeah, we'll use this. 1, 2, 3. I will. Do you know what? This is controversial, but I think I'm just going to get rid of the Giant Killer here. Because that means that we have some mana left open to do other things. Do they really have a protection? Tokens gain hexproof indestructible until end of turn. So we can layer something on top of that. So let's kill that. Nice. Yeah, I want to swing in. I need to make every hit count here. Need to be super aggressive. Also, I don't want them to get a 2/2 on attack. There's just a lot of reasons. I actually completely forgot he has that second ability. They keep playing tap lands, which is great for us. Have we used too many resources though? That's the question. So they've got 7 life. Basilisk Collar, okay. So we can give something lifelink. Give Isamaru lifelink. That's actually going to be really useful here because presumably their deck uses creatures to defend themselves. And having lifelink and death touch is really not appealing for their blockers, including Darian. And they're at 2, which means that they need 2 blockers here. And we have protection for the Isamaru, and we have protection for the Alcide, given the right circumstances. Yeah? Damn. 1-drops, man. Come on, let's do this. Okay, we go first against Kaikar. Now, I presume they're going to have a lot of interaction, given that it's a spell-heavy deck. Spells they cast equals spirits. And as usual, we've got a pretty damn good hand. Algorithm likes to give us 2 because I guess it's the smoothing algorithm they have. 25 lands. Doesn't feel like it should be this generous, but maybe I could reduce the lands. Maybe get to 20 lands or something. I just don't want to make it too crazy. If you consider the average is 40, taking it to 25 seems okay. But maybe it could drop down a bit. But so far it's been running pretty well, I have to say. Right, Doggo can save Doggo. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? This dog loves this dog so much that he saves him. And we'll go for the Chorister as well. Keep seeing these cards. And we've got 2 protection spells, 3 with a dog. We're getting away with bloomin' murder here. Veteran. Let's go for the Igancho. Good to play the lands when you can. It's a shame that I didn't have Spectral Sailor. What's he going to block here? If anything. Should I be ironic? Yeah, let's protect him. Humiliation. Okay, that's a great card. I'm keeping that on top. And the fact that they did that tells me that they don't have a 3-mana wipe. Unless... I mean, maybe they do, but... Here comes a Bergie. Now, we have an answer for Bergie in our hand. With the Patriarch's Humiliation, which is coming out right now. Which is just delicious. Get a swing in as well. Kind of want to hit 5 lands so we can give the Chorister a bit of a boost. Now the annoying thing is if they go for Kaikar, we're not going to have any way to. Okay, so we get a turn. We get an extra turn to do stuff we want to do. Wonderful. I'll seed another attacker. This is just very lucky. Goes to show how little some decks run removal. So they do go for Kaikar here. They're going to go for Harmonic Project. That's a very, very good card indeed. And they're going to draw many cards. So they control a wizard, so they get to copy the spell. So scry 1 to draw a card. That's actually really good. Really good. 1 mana open. Let's see what they got with 1 red. Portable Hole. This should do the job here. Just get rid of the Prodigy, because that is going to give them so many spirits. And we could potentially swing here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. And it could mean that next time we have lethal, if the hole resolves. Wizard's Lightning. I'm going to put a shield counter on Isamaru here. Land. That's not going to be the nicest finishing blow. Sorry for that. Stammer. So the shield goes. The hole gets with the Prodigy. So, empty our hand. Let's go, guys. Let's see if we've got this the next turn out. They haven't quit. So, it's every chance they have a wipe. So we can protect one thing. Yeah, because we don't have a mana open for the Owl Seed. Do they have anything? If they do, they probably win the game here. But you know what? This was definitely a fun one. Okay, so the cycling. So, interestingly, if they do have a wipe and we can protect Isamaru, this is still going to be at least 2 damage. It's a shame the modular counter has nowhere to go. We don't have any other artifact creatures out. So we will just lose the Arcbound Mouse as counter. Oh, they're getting desperate. Chart a course. They've got a lot of things that say draw 2. But they don't seem to have a lot of things that say kill 2 things or kill 1 thing. Oh my goodness. Fantastic show. Fantastic display from the old 1-drop deck. Woohoo! Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.